Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So tomorrow's Thanksgiving for us in the States, okay? And Thanksgiving is a day where you're supposed to be thankful. You meet with your family and friends and have some dinner, you know what I mean? Play some games, watch some football, and just be thankful. Now, a lot of these modern women and 304s that have been raised over the last 30 or 40 years see actually making a meal and being thankful with their family as patriarchy. And they complain and whine and moan, and a lot of them now are spending Thanksgiving by themselves because no one wants to deal with them. So here we go, guys. We have an article, and then we are going to go to the dumpster fire known as TikTok to look at some of these knuckleheads that are spending Thanksgiving by themselves. But before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps keep this channel going. And check out my second channel linked in the description. Guys, why many women don't feel thankful on Thanksgiving. The hard labor of women. Look at this. So behind every beautiful Thanksgiving dinner, touching family photograph lies hours and hours of hard labor, which was probably performed by a woman. Clown world. Clown world. Says, if you are one of the many women who are overwhelmed and exhausted, and yet somehow carved out the time to read this post, this one is for you. To understand where we are in terms of gender and the holidays, it's helpful to think of the broader context of gender and paid and unpaid labor. There we go, guys. All these FNS buzzwords. And all this, here we go, wage gap, unpaid work, housework. Guys, where did this thing come from that men are supposed to do an equal amount of housework to women? Clown world. Almost 8 out of 10 times, men earn more money than their wives do. Men work harder jobs. Men have more stress. Men have a longer commute. Okay? And then men are supposed to come home and do the exact same amount of housework as a woman that works an easier job, makes less money, has a more flexible job, and is more likely working part-time in the first place. Clown world. Look at this. Look at that. In fact, so she says, still, that women, they would probably like all these hours they spend back on housework. Across a month, that would add up to 20 hours that they could use however they wanted. Think about how selfish that is. Instead of taking care of the kids that they help produce. In fact, the data shows that men typically devote 5 extra hours each week to leisure, like watching football. Yeah, so he doesn't go off on you for freaking getting pregnant back when he was in college and making him drop out, and now he has to work some job because his wife ruined his hopes and dreams. Clown world. Look at that. With this in mind, it's not surprising that women do most of the work on Thanksgiving. This is mostly at home work because of the traditional quote unquote nature of Thanksgiving. Look at this. Think about how negative that this is to a really, 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 really cool holiday, man. These women are doomed, man. They're doomed. They can't even, they say, you expect me to actually put a hot dog on a plate for my husband and children?
How dare you?
You expect to actually come home after working a 12-hour shift, plumbing or being deployed from the military? You expect to come home and actually be able to relax?
How dare you?
So guys, let's just go to TikTok here and check out some foolishness.
Happy Thanksgiving! For those of you like me, you're spending Thanksgiving alone. Maybe it's your first time to do this. This is my 3rd year to be alone for Thanksgiving. I got divorced in 2019, and up until that year, I spent every year of my adult life working my ass off, preparing a giant family Thanksgiving feast. I think a couple of years we went to someone else's house, but I used to just hate that. I don't know about y'all, but I really, sometimes that would stress me out more than just doing all the work for my own family. But anyway, I don't mind it. I ordered myself a Thanksgiving meal from Luby's, and those of you from...
How pathetic, dude. How pathetic. She doesn't have any friends. She doesn't have any other family members. She ordered a meal from Luby's. And Luby's is like a kind of cafeteria style restaurant place in Texas, guys. God, think about how pathetic. And this woman, her hashtags, hashtag Happy Thanksgiving, hashtag Alone Together, hashtag Texas, hashtag food, hashtag family, hashtag over 60 women. So hashtag Friendsgiving, hashtag no pressure. So she's over 60. She divorced in her late 50s. What the hell did she think was going to be out there for her? Right? I guarantee she left her husband. And she went out in there, out in the dark and found out, guys.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
The night is dark and full of terrors, man.
From Texas will know who Luby's is. It's a place where they make home-style food, and their turkey is really good. And later on, my son is going to come over, and we're going to have some pie together.
And then
my
he's going to go
daughter and her
with his
family
friends.
are over at my ex-husband's doing Thanksgiving, which is great. My son's going to go over there later this evening. But I just don't miss all of the work involved with... First of all, you spend weeks preparing for this meal. And then you got to go shop. And it's expensive putting together all stuff for a big feast like this.
It's a good thing that it's your husband, well, now ex-husband's money. And this chick's saying that she works. She doesn't even cook for herself now.
Stop the cap.
And then there's prep that goes on for days. And then for me... By the time everything was ready and everybody sat down to the Thanksgiving dinner, I never could enjoy the food. It seemed like I was popping up and down constantly, trying to get something for someone. And most of the time I wouldn't even remember eating my meal. But I would enjoy leftovers later. It's no big deal. But anyway, to each his own. I've my older generation is gone now. And my kids kind of do their own thing now that we're divorced. They want to go to dad's, that's awesome. But...
Because they don't want to be around you because you're miserable and you're alone. Clown world, guys. Absolute clown world. You know what I mean? And it sounds like her husband's pretty happy if they want to go over there and hang out with him, because she said that her daughter's family is hanging out there. So
I just don't miss the fuss. But to you, happy Thanksgiving. To you, I hope you're with your loved ones if you wish.
all these old chicks always cap, guys. She's gonna turn this camera off and be crying into a big old glass of wine, right? Clown world.
I'm spending Thanksgiving alone because I have no family to celebrate it with. My mom isn't here to celebrate Thanksgiving with me. Not having nobody to spend time with you for the holidays it's really hard. It's hard to keep your head up. I'm happy for everybody with their families, but I wish it was me. I wish I had a family.
It's your own
I
fault.
wish I alone or with people, but I'm gonna get where I want to go in my life. If y'all want to support me, I did just drop a music video for my song. Y'all can click.
I'm alone on Thanksgiving. Hey, yo, but check out my new music video, though.
The link in my bio to show support.
Clown world. Clown world. Hashtag alone. Hashtag Thanksgiving. Hashtag music, please. Come on.
I think we need to normalize spending the holidays alone. I know the holidays are a
Of course
time
you
for
do.
reflecting, reconnecting, all the things, but sometimes they can be really overwhelming, especially when they're so close together. Like Thanksgiving and Christmas are always a month apart. Some people can't afford to travel back to back like that. Also, let us not forget the people who have lost loved ones. Maybe they don't really have a large family. Sometimes the holidays can just be straight up depressing. The past 2 years, I spent Thanksgiving alone because of work, and this year I'm choosing to do so out of my free will because I enjoy it more. Also, no hate to anyone.
Anytime any woman says they choose to be be alone, guys, don't ever believe that. Do you honestly think that women choose to be alone? That is such cap. Come on.
My family members watching this, love you guys, love spending time with you. I just cannot do the back-to-back travel. Anyway, if you're feeling alone this holiday season, I think it's very important to remember you're not the only one. Stay off social media if possible. I think when you see what you're missing out on, that's when things are the worst. Keep yourself busy, make your favorite foods. Remember that it's just one day, you're gonna wake up, and it's gonna be over.
This is what they have to resort to. All this cap, all this coke. Guys, hashtag Thanksgiving alone. Hashtag holidays alone. Hashtag empowered woman. Hashtag career woman clown world. Absolute clown world. So this one has some copyright music on it, guys. So I muted it, but look. Although I'm sad my kid and I are always alone on the holidays, I understand that I made the sacrifice to raise her alone so she could have a normal life. One day it will be her at the head of the table on Thanksgiving with her husband and children. That's why I keep going. Come on, if she believes that, guess what, lady?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
She honestly thinks that, of course, she's a single mom, right? Of course. And she honestly thinks that somehow, look, that she'll be at the head of the table. One day it'll be her at the head of the table on Thanksgiving with her husband. Her husband's supposed to be at the head of the table. Did you guys catch that? These modern women are doomed, man. They're doomed. They are doomed. Guys, hashtag alone for the holidays. Hashtag single mom. Hashtag coping with. What? Hashtag mental health. Hashtag single mom. Clown world. Clown world. Strap in for this, guys. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Strap in for this.
So if anyone is wondering what it's like being a 24-year-old, a single 24-year-old who lives alone and doesn't cook, this is what it's like. I'm eating Ritz crackers and Kobe Jack cheese for Thanksgiving. I tried ordering food on Uber Eats. It got canceled like 3 times. So happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's not all peaches and cream.
Modern women for you right there. Sums it up right there. She said she can't cook. A modern woman who lives alone who can't cook, clown world. Look at this. Hashtag Thanksgiving struggles. Hashtag living alone. Hashtag can't cook. Hashtag single problems. Hashtag I'm miserable. Hashtag relatable. Hashtag lonely. Guys, isn't this the saddest thing that you've ever seen? It's just sad. Clown world.
What would you do if you were alone in New York City on Thanksgiving? I'll be spending Thanksgiving alone this year. Can't drop $800 to $1,000 on a flight to see my family. As we know, the gas in my new sublet doesn't work. So like the oven, I can't really cook. I can't really bake. Like normally I'd bake something. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I make in an air fryer? Or do I just go all out and like order sushi or Chinese food? Or do I try and go to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Like maybe I should go see Thanksgiving, that new movie. Right now I'm not sad, but I think tomorrow I might be like a little sad I'm not with my loved ones. I've also been getting all of these videos on my For You page about the Plaza Hotel, and it looks so cute for Christmas. So I'm like, maybe I try and go there. I don't know what I would do there. I've actually only filmed for a TV show there, fun fact, but like I've never really gone in there, so I don't know what you do. I'd love to stay there. I'm sure it's expensive. What would you do?
So guys, this is a strong and independent woman, okay? She's living by herself. She can't afford a flight home. She's in a sublet, right? Because it's so expensive. So she doesn't even have an apartment. And of course, she can't fix her own stove. But she's supposed to be strong and independent, right, guys? She should be able to get out a couple of wrenches, put on that helmet, and fix that stuff because she's strong and independent, right? Now she's going to spend Thanksgiving all by herself. And this is the future for all these modern women. We saw this woman who's in her 20s and another woman who's in her 60s, and they're all alone on Thanksgiving. See, men, we can be alone. Oftentimes, we don't really feel like socializing much anyway. Men can be alone by choice and be perfectly fine. Women cannot. So, all right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys take some time to relax. If you're in the States, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some football, and I hope the Cowboys lose. Have a good one, guys.